I moved into the apartment complex in March of 2023, right after graduating college. It was one of those generic suburban developments with identical beige buildings arranged around a central courtyard. That's when I first noticed him. He lived in the building directly across from mine, ground floor apartment with windows that faced my balcony. Every single night when I pulled into the parking lot around 7:30, he'd be there, standing perfectly still in his window, facing my direction. When I stepped onto my balcony to water my plants or grab some air, there he was. I glanced outside and saw him standing in the courtyard directly below my balcony. Not walking through, not heading to his car, just standing there in the dark, looking up at my apartment. I looked up and saw him standing in the doorway. Up close, he was younger than I'd expected, maybe mid-30s, with thinning brown hair and pale skin. I grabbed my laundry basket and pushed past him without answering. He didn't try to stop me, but I could feel him watching as I hurried up the stairs. That night, I installed blackout curtains on every window. I started finding things. A coffee cup on my car windshield that wasn't mine. Cigarette butts in the stairwell outside my door. A folded piece of paper wedged in my mailbox slot with nothing written on it. He was on my balcony. Somehow, he'd climbed up from the courtyard, probably using the maintenance ladder that was supposed to be locked. He was trying to slide the door open, testing it gently. When that didn't work, he cupped his hands against the glass and peered inside. I called 911 from my bedroom closet, whispering into the phone. They found scuff marks on the balcony railing and took some photos, but said without catching him in the act, there wasn't much they could charge him with. Mrs. Chen from 1A told me that the previous tenant in my apartment, a young woman named Jessica, had moved out suddenly in the middle of the night. The guy in 3B said he'd seen my stalker hanging around the building at weird hours for months, always finding excuses to be outside when certain female tenants came home. I started carrying pepper spray and varying my schedule as much as possible. I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of my phone buzzing. It was a text from an unknown number with a photo attached. The photo was of me sleeping, taken through my bedroom window from Ao. I packed a bag and left that same night. I stayed with Sarah for a week while I broke my lease and found a new place across town. Sometimes, I still check over my shoulder when I'm walking to my car at night. The worst part isn't the fear, it's the helplessness. If this story gave you chills, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more true horror stories that will keep you up at night. Share this with someone who loves a good scare, and let me know in the comments, have you ever felt like you were being watched? Your story could be featured in our next video.